Wow, this is like a systems check for an aircraft takeoff. Yeah, we've been sitting here with the engine idling for a few minutes. We've been setting the camera up, making sure that everything is plugged in, including the microphones. Making sure that the waypoint is clicked on the GPS, telling us where we were last night. And then making sure that the mileages and everything are all entered up in the log. And I think we're almost set to go. Had a few people here overnight. And the steps are in, they're not there, good. Make sure we're not knocking any trees over or getting the dish wiped off the roof or something like that from overhanging branches. Wander in here and dump the rubbish in the bin before we go. 9:29 AM, 2nd of June, and it's a Wednesday. I know it's Wednesday because Nate was wearing a waistcoat as he's doing the weather on ABC Breakfast. He only wears waistcoats on Wednesdays. Now, if you don't watch ABC News Breakfast, you've just learned something. I don't really guess it was worth learning, but still. Righto, so we're 144 kilometres according to my calculations from Kaiguna. Weather looks a little better at the moment. We have promise of a half decent day's travelling maybe. As the song goes, 100 miles down the road, we're going to make it home tonight. Well, I don't think it's 100 miles, but anyway, we're about 98k out of Kaiguna at the moment. And it's all pretty flat out there. Well, there's a signal tower just back there, a phone tower. And there is signal here. That's about 50k from where we stayed last night. Well, we got ourselves a park here, and that truck just overtook us, and he's just pulled in here as well. So there you go. We might pull up the back there just for the moment. It's the entrance to a tower there. And we still have signal according to this. Don't know how much signal, but let's see. Okay, that guy could be in a bit of trouble. He reckons he's running low on fuel. He's 72 from Kaiguna to the left and 109 to Belladonna on the right. I had no spare to give him. I've got no, I haven't got a jerry can with diesel in it. It's all in the fuel tank, so yes. Tourist, I'd say, Asian fella. I hope he gets there okay. We're on our way again. This is the Billabong caravan I'm pulling in at Kaiguna.
Yeah, you're right, mate.
that's the end of the 90 mile straight. Pull up in here, but we can't camp in here. Not that we want to camp here anyway. But we will have some lunch because it's now 12:13 in the PM. Okay, we've just made a phone call to Albany TV. I've got a leak in the shower. And it's not coming in through the normal where you normally think it's coming in. It's coming in through a light. So I've given them a ring and left a message for Martin to give me a call back with regard to whether or not he feels that the new satellite dish where it's been placed might be impinging on the roof, and whether maybe it might not have been sealed properly and allowing water in. Because I've got a roof lining up there which is starting to give way already. That's a worry. I need the information before we get to Sajuna so that I can try and get it fixed as soon as possible. One does have to wonder why the road wanders around or winds around the way it does. I mean, we had a straight stretch there of 90 kilometres, 146 kilometres or some such thing, and now we get little curves in the road curves around, and interesting. This is Cocklebiddy. $185. Righto, so we've topped up the tanks. I marked it down as not filled, but in actual fact it looks as though it's not so far off, but that's beside the point. It's not dribble full, so it's 3:10 local time, about 2 West Australian time. And I think I'll be looking for somewhere now to stay the night. There's a little road off to the right here, somewhere takes you to Panican Cave. Don't know what that weather's doing. I just spoke to Martin. He seems to think that there's nothing they did on top that would create that leak. So we will have to see. I went into the shop just to have a look, see what things cost and that sort of thing. I just said to the girl, look, I'm just wandering around to stretch my legs at the moment. So yeah, that's fair enough. Little bars of chocolate. Now I'm talking little bars of chocolate, probably about 125 grams or something or other. $6.50, and I thought, yeah, no, that's good God, so they obviously wouldn't sell too many of them. You wouldn't think anyway. Wow, look at those clouds over there to the right there, where the rainbow is. That's an interesting cloud formation. Something happening over there, and there's pretty heavy weather around to the south of us as well, further around. The showers happening. And there's a touch of rain on the windscreen. Just a few drops anyway at the moment. I've got a feeling we're going to run into it. There it is, the track end of the Panican Cave off to the right there. It's the 3rd of June, it's 10:25 AM local time. Which means it's somewhere around about 9:30, 9 something or other anyway. 3/4 of an hour ago in Perth. But anyway, day 7. Wow, that's the first week almost done. And we're leaving the rest area here at the Eyre Bird Sanctuary turn-off rest area it's called. It's just a couple of kilometres past the turn-off actually, but I had it to myself last night. Odd things happening. I figured I was in had plenty of sky above me, but last night fox dropped out, no signal, and I thought that's strange. I switched across to the vast box, that was still going. Now I did notice the other day, I read up, and they both come from the same satellite, but they both operate on different frequencies from that satellite. I realigned the dish, but I didn't realign it to the one that says Foxtel. Maybe I should have tried that to see what happened. But that's okay. I woke up this morning, turned it all on, everything's working fine. And there's not a tree in sight, clear sky, so unless there was some sort of disturbance happening north of us, which according to the weather map there wasn't, but that means nothing because radar doesn't cover that area. I suppose is there a radar tower at Forest? I'm not sure, but anyway, no, there's not. So anyway, that was a strange one, but anyway, not to worry, there was nothing on worth watching anyway. Had AFL 360 on in the background, and I was mucking around doing something else at the time. Went to bed early. I actually downloaded a podcast, Brett will be proud of me, and it was on the grid, and I downloaded Lee Diffie talking about the Indy 500. So I tried it to see whether it worked or not. Anyway, when I went to bed last night, I turned it on, and sure enough, there it was. So it's in my phone somewhere. So we're 80k from Mildura. There's a park in there. One can camp up for. There's another one a bit further down the road. There's 3 of them, virtually within spitting distance of each other. There's a rest area coming up here. I'll point to this one on this side. I just realised I didn't secure the chair in the caravan. There is a danger to turning off your microphone to preserve batteries when you hop out to do something, or for a rest or whatever it is, because inevitably you forget to turn the bloody thing back on again when you climb back into the car. So I think we've got plenty of footage there that are showing us with no audio commentary, which in actual fact is probably a damn good thing, so considering the rubbish that I come out with. So we're parked at the top of the Mildura Pass, and I've just done the social media stuff, got everything up and happening, checked out what's what, where's where, wished happy birthdays to happy birthday people and all that sort of thing, and it's now time to continue on. A couple pulled up behind me and dragged out their chairs and sat down, have a cuppa while looking at the view. Good way to do things. This is the Mildura Pass. And that's a noisy radio. Down the hill there,
Yeah, mate.
in the distance, is Houdini Bluff. Nullarbor 114, Euclid 182. Second RFDS airstrip. We're in about 500 or 600 metres off the road.
Yeah, you're good, but alright, mate. You very much, old mate.
And yeah, there's a parking area in here. But we just might have a look around and see what's here. Oh, there's an emergency phone here as well. Right, well that was lunch. A pea and ham soup. Cup of soup. And a couple of soda biscuits with a touch of cheese on them and a little orange drunk. Now that should keep me going for the next 5 or 10 minutes. It's not a bad area to camp in there. There's a emergency phone. There is phone contact, but not data, not internet connection, so to speak. We just might wander on probably for another, let me see, it's 1:55 local time. According to that, 10 past 1 West Australian time. So 1:55, so we might go for another hour, stop around about 3 o'clock local time. Unless something presents itself which is more attractive in the meantime. There are some dark clouds around at the moment. Well, we shall see. Onwards. There's another one of those airstrips. They're plentiful along this part of the highway, that's for sure. Just the turnaround point for the plane. One wonders whether the road is built any deeper to withstand as an airstrip, as opposed to just normal road surface for trucks and cars and that sort of thing. When we were at Maralinga, we were told that the airstrip there was constructed in such a way that it was designed to be able to land the space shuttle on. And with that, I assume it had extra thickness of concrete and that sort of thing to bolster it up. Now, the RFDS planes aren't heavy, but at the same time, do they require something a little more sturdy than a standard road base? Something to wonder about, I guess. The highway seems to be fairly quiet today compared to what it was yesterday. Yesterday was really busy. There was a lot of trucks, a lot of cars and things. Saw a bit of traffic this morning, but it's 2:21 local time at the moment here, and one wonders whether we've seen the traffic at left this morning and they're going past us and they're heading the other way, and now it's later in the day, and if we stopped, how much traffic would go past us heading in this direction. So whether it's the crossover period of the day, but certainly a lot quieter today than what it was yesterday. Meanwhile, I mentioned earlier on as we were leaving the lunch area that there's some dark clouds around, and looking in the mirror, certainly there's an area that's dark behind me and it looks to me as though it might be raining there. But, it's all good ahead of us at the moment. The thing is, we're travelling east and so's the weather. We have a couple of rest areas coming up, virtually opposite each other, but we're still about 30 kilometres from Nullarbor, and there was a gravel or a metal dump that I stayed in last time just short of Nullarbor, and I'm thinking I might sort of try and make a run for that and see if I can't find it, if it's still there, camp in there again. Here's the first of those rest areas up to the left. And there should be another one up here somewhere, it's probably on the right. There we go. That one goes well in off the road. Alright, there's a rest area here on the left. Plenty of trees and things. Already got a few residents in there. I don't know if I really want to go in there. Let's have a look and see. Well, there's no signal here. There's no guarantees there's signal where I'm thinking of going to either, but still. Go and have a look. Gee, look at that drop off the road. It's a real edge. I know people say that you're supposed, when you travel, you should be getting away from all the technology and just enjoying what's out there. The thing being is that they're escaping from technology. I'm using it, and basically this is my home, wherever I am at the time. When they go home, they've got their technology, I've got mine with me. There's no guarantee that there's service at Nullarbor either. I can't remember. It was 2 years ago. How would I remember that? Anyway. Nullarbor 5 kilometres. I think I missed my metal dump. I think it's no longer there. Oh, this is Nullarbor. Now, there's a metal dump right there, but that's a bit cheeky. That's close to town. It's $1.76 for fuel here. and there is no signal, so it really doesn't matter. Well, that's interesting. They have no unleaded here, only diesel. It looks as though it's been that way for a while by the signs on the pumps. Very interesting. And I thought, well, I just might treat myself to an ice cream. Haven't had one for a while. Nope, totally empty. The drinks fridges were going, but apparently the generator burnt out and they haven't got round to getting the ice cream thing sorted again since then. So that was that. When I was here last time I bought a cake of some sort, I can't remember what it was. It was quite tasty, there's no doubt about that. And they had chocolate donuts and jam donuts there at the moment. And so I thought, well, I'll grab one. 68 to Euclid. That's 3 o'clock. So we're now looking for somewhere to stop. They advertise a guest house or somewhere to stay accommodation in Norseman. And I believe that, not that I've ever had it confirmed to me, but I believe that maybe Mundrabill is tied to someone in Norseman. The Shell station that used to be in Northern used to be in cahoots with them out here, so I assume it's probably the same people. That Shell station's gone, but Mundrabill rocks on. Or maybe it's just stumbling on. But the bar was open and there were a couple of, I think it was probably a truckie or a couple of truckies or a truckie and someone else were in there having a drink or two. I didn't see them, but certainly hear them, they were talking, so that was Mundrabill. And there is a rest area just down the road down here. So we'll have a look and we'll see what we will see. I think not. It could be one of those things where it's like last night, you'd be the only one in there, but then again, it's not really well laid out at all. There's a gravel dump, or a metal dump. It's not the one we stayed at last time, but that's okay. It's a metal dump. It's what we want. If you enjoyed this video, there's over 200 more just like it on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when our next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button. And if you weren't that impressed, please don't hit the dislike button. Instead, tell us why, so that we can do something about it. Thanks for watching.